update since it's now late spring on everything that's going on, so you can see how our animals are doing, how our new additions are doing, how the garden's doing. I'm just going to show you what's going on. And so, let's see. First thing, our ducks and geese and chickens are doing great. You can see here our ducks just lay eggs wherever they feel like it. So I'll need to go in there and grab those for the day. But they're loving their paddock, same one they were in last year. It's a very large one for them, gives them lots of space to run around, but it keeps their poop contained so they're not pooping all over the kids' stuff. Also, the ducks dig big holes you could like twist your ankle in, so they can do that here where somebody's not gonna fall and get hurt. We do have a goose, I'll see if I can zoom in, who has gone broody. She tried it earlier this year, but she gave up after a week, but now she is 2 weeks in this time. I think it's the same goose. Sometimes hard to tell because they look basically identical. So we'll see if she actually manages to hatch anything for us, but that'd be pretty neat to have our own hatching geese. But she's sitting inside that old playhouse that was abandoned in the paddock. Overall, the geese have been a great addition to the farm because they're very loud and intimidating. So we have not had predator problems. Nobody is stealing eggs. We have had that problem before. We've had problems with things trying to get our chickens. We've had zero problems since having these geese, these nice grown-up geese in here, as far as predators go. I do still want to add like a kiddie pool to this enclosure. As much as it'll be a pain for me to have to empty out and clean all the time, I think it would really make the ducks and geese happy. We do have a pond on our property. It is way over there. If you see those trees right above my finger, on the other side of those trees is a pond. When we've thought about moving the ducks and geese over there, because they would be very happy, and it's not a pond that we use. We know they'll make it gross. It's already kind of gross. So it would make them really happy, but we're worried about it being so far from our house that something would get them. So I don't really know about that, but that's an idea we've been tossing around. As far as the garden goes, it's going pretty well in the raised beds. We really need some rain. We haven't had any rain in a couple weeks, and rain is just magical. I looked it up once. I think it's because rain has nitrogen in it, but it does so much better for the plants than just watering them. So we've just been watering them, and they are growing, but they need some rain. So hopefully tomorrow. Got potatoes sprouting out in these tires. Got rhubarb in the bucket and planted in here. A little strawberry patch along the edge. We've planted corn in here just earlier this week, so it hasn't sprouted yet, but this will be a whole corn patch on this side. And yesterday, I went to the store and we bought a whole bunch of starts. So we've got some tomato varieties, some jalapenos, and some bell peppers. I'm gonna put those in the ground tomorrow, and I'll also be planting cucumber from seed and some squash varieties from seed, and then the garden will be completely planted. I do not do a second planting our season, even though technically if you Google it, it says you could do a second planting in like August. I've just always found that the first frost always comes too early and you do all that work and you don't get anything. So I just plant early spring and summer, or I say summer, but early spring, late spring, and that's it for the year. So the garden will be fully planted, hopefully by tomorrow afternoon. Our meat goats and our sheep are getting along great. They are still confined to the 2 smaller paddocks on the property, but we'll open up the large paddocks out in the main field in probably another 2 weeks or so. They're starting to get nice and big, and so we can put them out there. We wanted to keep them close to the barn while they were still little, just so we keep a better eye on them. But now they're getting pretty darn big. They can go out to those main paddocks. So we have to work on fixing up the fence a little bit, but hopefully in about 2 weeks they'll be able to go out on the main pasture. This is one of the paddocks they have. You can see there's still plenty of grass in there, so it's not a huge hurry, but we do want them out there mowing that large field for us eventually. And the big plan is that the sheep will be butchered in September, and the goats will be butchered more like late October. And we may be keeping one goat if we can get a calf as well, and then they'll be buddies, and then we will breed that one goat. But if we're not able to get a calf in time, we'll need to butcher both goats because our goat would be very lonely by itself. So the hope is that we can go to auction this summer while Sam's on break from school before he has his official license. You have to wait for your nursing license to come basically in the mail. It takes several weeks for them to process all of their stuff. So he can't work until he gets that. And so we're hoping during that kind of break, we'll have time to maybe go to a couple auctions and find ourselves a calf or two, because that's something we would really like to try to do, is to raise our own beef. And down here is our brooder house, and we have 6 laying hens in here that we bought this year to add to our flock up front. There they are. They're getting real big. They're actually probably about ready to go out in covered houses out on the pasture with the other chickens. Hopefully going to be able to do that, not next week, but the week after. The only reason we're waiting is that the movable coops we have 3 of them, but they all need different repairs. They're minor repairs, but it takes time. It's just like one more thing that needs done, and there's just a whole lot going on right now with Sam having finals and the girls finishing up their school year and all that kind of stuff. So they will go out in a movable coop out with the other ducks and geese, hopefully in about 2 weeks. And then after about a month in that movable coop, we'll be able to integrate them with the flock, and they'll be that semi-free range in that huge paddock. So that's what's going on. It's actually going fairly well. Had a few hiccups. If you've been watching, you know that the goats had gotten out right when we got them, but we got them back, thankfully. We had some issues with the fence. We got that all fixed. And it's just kind of moving along how it should. As I said in my last video, you'll see fewer videos for us over the next few weeks as Sam is finishing. He's in his last semester. He's got some finals and some extra tests. And I'm working, and then the girls need to finish school. And so there's just a lot going on and less time to create content. We still will be creating content. You just won't see a video every day like you have been. We appreciate all of your support as always. And we will keep you updated. Next week, I know for sure there will at least be 1 canning video and 1 garden planting video. And we'll see what else we manage to get done and get up for you as well. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and we see you all next time.